For our final video for the chocolate cake example, we're going to look at font variant, text align, and text shadow. So font variant, and I'm going to do this on the H1 to make the H1s whip themselves into shape. Here's my current H1 chocolate cake. I want to put this in the middle. I want to make this small caps, and I want to maybe give it a little bit of a drop shadow. Okay. Text align, center. PS, centering text, use with caution. A great way to make your website look really amateur is to center everything. Don't do it. Resist the temptation. Here's my centered text. Now let's make this in small caps. This is not the same as text transform. This is a font variant. This is one of those things that you'll forget a few times until you remember where it lives, font variant or text transform. Font variant is going to, well, we'll see what small caps does. Boop. So it retains the capitalization of the words, but it makes them all caps, just the actual capitalized ones are bigger. And finally, let's put a text shadow on that. I'll play with these numbers for a minute so you can see what they are. So I'm going to say 2px, 2px, 4px, and I'm going to put a hexadecimal color of red so we can easily see what's going on. F00, and now I'm going to refresh. Okay. So I put this, actually, you know what, I'm going to use green, because at least then if I leave it by accident at the end of this video, it'll look nice with the other headings. I can't remember if I could put a named color in here. Can I? Yes. Okay. So this is my green text shadow that's behind my chocolate cake heading. And here are what the numbers mean. And of course, you can look these up anytime you forget. Most of the time, you're going to be using a generator anyway. So don't stress out too much if you forget the order of them and so forth. This is how far left and right you want the text shadow to offset from the normal text. This is how far in the up and down direction you want it to offset. This is the softness of it, or the size of it. So let me put this up really high, 20. It gets really soft, and so it like kind of diffuses itself over the whole thing. I'm gonna pull that down to 2px. Okay, so it's a little bit more crisp. So you can see that this is about 2 pixels to the right and about 2 pixels down. And in fact, that's what I chose. Let me increase the numbers a little bit so you can see what happens. So if I increase the left-right number to something like 10, then it goes much farther to the right, yeah? If I say that I don't want the up and down number to change at all, I can say it's just the same height as my text, or I could say it's farther upward, -25. Woo, craziness. Bang. So you can see this is how you can move your text shadow around. Typically, unless you have some imagery on your page that's suggesting that the light source is not coming from the top left, you probably want to stick with a more default drop shadow on your page if you have one at all. So that would be something like 2 pixels in each direction. And then you can play with the softness of your shadow as you like. So these 3 numbers do not have to be the same number. They are independent of each other. This is what this would look like again.